Hey, how you guys doing? How you guys doing? Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Hey, Chorus King, what's up, sir? How you doing? Before we get started, let's share the stream and get some couple people in here. Hi guys, everybody. When you get on in, um, do me a favor and say you're here and just say where you're in from so we can share with the group. One thing before we get started, I definitely want to say, Aunt Claudette. Hey, Aunt Claudette is. I can tell you now. Calling. She's in from Baltimore, right, Auntie? You're in Baltimore. Um, let's just share. I'm just gonna share and get a few people in here, a few more people in here. What we want to do is we want to what I want to do is I don't want this to be a dictatorship where I'm going ahead and just preaching and doing calls. I want to have a conversation. I want to learn from you guys. That's why I want to do live, because if yes, big up Baltimore. And if if I just wanted to come on here and give you guys a message and just say what I wanted to say, I would just do a recording, like if I'm in my garden or if I'm doing a cooking thing, and just sneak my message in there. So that's really not what this is about. This is about us learning from each other. And one of the things that I really want to talk about tonight is the fact that bear with me because I'm still sharing while I'm doing this. So let me just turn this stupid thing down. I'm still sharing while I'm just promoting anything, trying to get some more people. This is my second time going live, so you know want to build the audience a little bit. But what I really wanted to discuss is the fact that we don't want to you don't want to you want to be very careful and mindful of what you say to the people that really love you about the people that you love. And it's really serious because sometimes we like to vent, right? We like to vent. So you go, um let's say you're in an intimate relationship, right? And you're in this intimate relationship with this person, and you have all these good times, right? Now remember, it's you and this person, you're having all these good times, but you have all these other people around you, your support system, that love you, right? They love you. They're invested in your happiness, right? That's what they want. They really love you, so they want you to be happy, right? So you're not thinking about these people. You're focused on the person that you love, right? So you're building together and you're building together. And when things are going great, the people that love you don't really hear from you that much. They don't hear about the good things, right? They don't hear about everything good that you guys got going on. But when things go a little bit wrong, what we do as human being, what we all do, I do it too. What we do is we turn to the people that love us and we vent, because we really want to vent to the people that love us, because these people, they have our best interest. We know that these people have our best interest. We know that these people are invested in our happiness. So we vent with them. We vent with them so we can get the comfort and the consoling, right? But not realizing that while that's going on, these people that love us, they're taking this in. They're taking in that pain that you're going through. That pain might be just for a little moment of pain, because in relationships, we all know we have ups and downs. We have, ebbs and flows, hills and valleys, right? So today things might not be good. You go and you vent, and you talk to the people that love you, and they hold that. They hold on to that because they love you. They really invested into your happiness, and all they know is now you're not happy with that, right? So, all right, if that's done, you get your vent, and they say things to make you feel better. They definitely, because that's why you go to them in the first place, right? So now you feel better, and you go along, and you're back with the person that you love, and you're interested, and you have, you're invested in their happiness, right? So now you're back with that person, and you guys have it all worked out. Everything is all great and grand. You forgot about the little insignificant. Now, whatever you were just upset about or you were just venting about is it's insignificant to you now because you know about all this greater good, right? That comes with that relationship. And that's what you're focusing on. You're focusing on all that greater good. But these people that love you, they hold on to that. They don't have a choice but to hold on to that because they have real love for you. They're really invested into your happiness, right? So years on down the road, you don't even think about the fact that you vent to these people that really love you about this person. And doesn't matter how much you done forgive and you guys got past and you know, everything is all gravy. This person still, these people that love you, they still have that. So years on down the road, you're at your family reunions and you're not even thinking about why there's this little bad vibe. There's this little bad vibe. It's 9 times out of 10 because you caused this bad vibe. And we can avoid that. We can avoid a lot of that by keeping our problems inside our home. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to not vent because we're human. We're human, and we really, really wanna vent. You know, but it's not. One second again. Sorry. Yeah, but I want to get into the comments for a little bit. You guys come check it out. Share the video again. You love the topic, Auntie? Thanks. I mean, let's add some stuff. Because that's not the only thing I want to talk about. Yeah, I do want to talk about that, and I want to get where everybody's opinion. But that's something that's been kind of rattling my brain lately. It's been something that's sinking on me. So I wanted to really get that out there. Because I really don't know. You never know who you're going to affect with these things. You really never know who gets what from something that your mind told you to put out. The other thing I wanted to talk about is, we want to be careful. We want to be very careful and very mindful about what we say to our children because our children our children are they're sponges, right? And I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. Most of the people in here know I have a 22-year-old. I'm so, so, so proud of my 22-year-old um, Junior, Andre Junior. You can relate to this, Auntie? Yeah. I think we've all been there. Like, seriously. Seriously. Like, I've been there so many times. I, you know, Somebody said it to me. It's amazing who comes into your life to do what, right? I mean, there was this person that was in my life, and if I didn't get anything from that person, that was the one thing that this one thing that this person said to me was that really stuck out. To you got to be careful. You got to be really careful of. And the funny part about it was a female, right? It was a girl, and we used to vent to each other, right? She was she was interested, very interested in one of a family, like a family friend, right? And she would vent to me. right? And at the same time, I was going through my little divorce thing or whatever, so I would vent to her, and she would tell me about the things, some of the things that um, some of the things she didn't like, about this person, and she did, about. It's not that she didn't like the things about the person. It was more about the because she wasn't getting what she wanted at that time from this person. She took it as how should I say? She was hurt, right? She was hurt, and she just didn't take it. She was taking everything, pretty much everything, out of context. You know, but she was doing a lot of venting, and she was talking a lot of down. You know, which I was doing the same thing. I was doing the same thing. And, she said it to me. She was like, yo, look, I know you're going through your divorce, and I don't think you're ever going to, I don't know, from the way you talk, I don't think you're ever going to be back with your wife, but you do have your ex-wife. But if you do have a child together. So, if it is somewhere down the road, you decide that you are going to get back together, you got to remember, I care about you. So, like, for her, I'm never gonna accept her. And it made me think. It made me really, really, really think, because this, I developed a friendship with this person at this time, and yeah, I was going through my divorce, but yeah, it was a thought in my mind that if things could have worked, I would try to make them work. So she was absolutely right, and I was venting, I was venting to her, I was venting to my parents, I was venting to all my family around, I was venting to whoever would listen. But if I would have went back to that relationship and tried to make that work, none of these people would have accepted her. None of these people would have ever accepted her again because of how much pain I let them know that I've been through. I mean, it's it's funny. It's funny, but it's not so funny. You know what I mean? It's funny, but it's not so funny. But the other thing I want to talk about, I don't want to keep y'all too long. It depends on how we're gonna go. But the other thing I want to talk about is our children. Be careful how we talk to our children. And my aunts, I have a couple of aunts in the chat here. Um, you guys, you guys remember when mommy passed away? you know, the days leading up to mommy's death, we were in the hospital. And you guys, I've never spoken about this with anyone. Um, well, maybe not anyone, maybe a couple of people, but not publicly anyway. Um, Andre, my 22-year-old at the time, was two. He was only 2 years old at the time. And we all know this thing that we call terrible twos, right? Very familiar thing that we call terrible twos. I'm sorry, I just went back to the ICU waiting room because that's where this happened. Um, we were we were in the waiting room, and my son was acting like a 2 year old. You know, he was acting like a 2 year old, like 2 year olds act. They're full of energy and they're bouncing all over the walls and everything. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. And they're bouncing all over the walls and everything. And knowing no better, I was a young dad at the time. Knowing no better, I said something about, you know, the boy Bud, terrible too, the boy Bud. And grandma stopped what she was doing. Like, she was across the room. Grandma stopped what she was doing and she was like, yo, don't ever call the children bad. they're gonna live up to it. And it hit me like a brick. Damn, it hit me like a brick in the face. I was like, wait a minute, she's right. Because people, I mean, books that tell you how to lead people, that tell you all the time that one of the ways to get things out of people, one of the best ways for you to get things out of people is is to higher your expectations of them. That's one of the best ways for you to get anything out of anyone is to higher your expectations. I'm sorry if you're just joining. I'm sorry. I was just telling a little story about about when I was in the emergency room with my mom and my grandmother. What I was doing was I was talking about my children. I was talking about one of the kids, and um hold on one second. Some people are telling me that they can't see the live stream. I'm just gonna say reload because people are in here. Give me one second. Yeah, and my grandmother heard me talking about my son, terrible twos, and just I call the boy bad, just we all do it, the kids are doing something that they're doing kid stuff, they're exploring, they're learning, and the boy bad, something that you hear all the time, it's not a bad, you know, something that you hear all the time. Guys, we gotta understand these kids will live up to these words. They have no choice but to live up to your expectations. They they don't understand that it's you don't really think they're bad. They don't understand that when you call them terrible twos, you really don't think they're terrible. Like they really don't they don't get it. I don't know. They don't understand that. They really don't understand that. One second, go. Okay, yeah, they really don't understand that. They don't understand the fact that we love them unconditionally, you know, and we're we don't know we don't know better. We're like, if grandma didn't stop me in my tracks right there in that moment, I would have went the rest of my life not knowing any better. You know what I mean? Um, I really don't know. I really don't know what to say more than that. Or I really don't know what to say more than that. She really, I strongly believe she changed she changed the trajectory of. I tell you right now, my son is serving. My son is serving this country as a military police. I'm so damn proud of my son. You guys just don't even understand. And I strongly believe that has a lot to do with those words from grandma. Because ever since that point, I've never spoken negatively to any one of my kids. God bless you, grandma. May your soul rest in peace. God bless you and I love you. I mean, I don't. Some people are having a hard time getting on, but I know so many people are in the things. People are in the chat. Um, I don't know, but I'm sorry, I'm here breaking up on the video. That's not what I came to do. It took a little turn today, but those two things. If we don't, if you don't, I noticed nobody's really, commenting or saying anything. So everybody must agree with what I'm saying. But thank you, Auntie. Love you. Yeah, I mean, so proud of Andre. So proud of Drake. You know, and it's more to come. Because his little brother is right there. His little brother Devante, 17 years old, never been in any trouble. He gives his normal 17-year-old troubles. I mean, he's 17. I mean, picture picture somebody telling me something at 17. What, my parents? Hell out of here. You know. But I'm really blessed. I have really good kids, and some people say, you need to pat yourself on the shoulder. I don't feel so. I don't feel so. I feel like I need to pat them on the shoulder for doing what they do, and I also need to give thanks to my now ancestors for my ancestors and the elders. Because like you see, my aunts in the chat here. These are women that instilled so much into me for me to hand down into my children. Like, guys, just be careful how we talk to these children. Instill life into them. Let's instill at every turn, at every turn. Even when we don't like what they're check how we're talking to them. Well, especially when we don't like what they're doing and what they're going on, because those are the easiest times for us to speak down to them, to break their character, you know, and a lot of times not even realizing that's what we're doing. But, like I said, I knew no better when Andre was 2. I knew no better, when he's around, because he's doing just normal kid stuff. He wasn't doing anything out of the normal. And me, as a parent, as a new parent, saying that the 2-year-old is bad, thinking that's a normal thing for me to say because I've heard it a million and one times. Terrible twos, 2-year-old bad. No, they live up to it, man. They live up to it. Like, instill life into them. For real, Auntie. Yeah, we gotta, we gotta instill life into them. Sometimes, and also, words is power. You know, words is powerful. Like, the first step of bringing something into existence is the first step is in your mind. First step, you got to think it, right, for it to get anywhere, and then you got to speak it, right. Think it, believe it, and speak it, right. Tell you a little funny story. My dad gonna probably kill me. I'm putting him on there. So all my life growing up, right, my dad my dad is a cool character, don't get me wrong, right. My dad had 2 things growing up that he used to always beat at us, right? He used to always beat into our heads. 2 things. I don't want no gay around me. Make sure none of y'all don't grow up gay. And I don't want this marijuana around me. I don't want no marijuana around me, and I don't want no gay nothing around me. Jump off it. Jump on shoulder. For real, Auntie. For real. Whatever drops off of your head has to drop on your shoulder. Like, it just don't have no choice. And that's another thing. You got y'all. You better you better listen to these elders when they talk about these old when they come up with these old sayings. There's a lot. Some of them is some riddling things, but boy, you better pay attention. meditate, because these things is coming from a long ways down the road. It's not something, oh, I drop off a head, drop on shoulder. Huh. Aunt Pat didn't make that up. I promise you, Aunt Pat didn't make that up, and Grandma probably didn't make that up either. This is these are words that's coming from long down the line. So whenever you hear these little old wife tales, and these little sayings that the elders say, pay attention, pay real attention. So back to my dad. Two things that he was always against: the gay. Make sure none of y'all don't grow up gay. Don't want none of that around me. Bring you back to Jamaica. None of y'all will ever, nobody will ever hear back of you ever again. And nobody will question nothing either. The next thing is the weed. I don't want the marijuana around me. All right? I'm 42 years old. You know what my dad does for a living now? He sold cars all my life. He sold the car business. He got out of the car business completely. You know what my dad does now? He owns a CBD dealership where they sell CBD, a CBD store. You know where the CBD stores are located? Smack dead in the middle of Wilton Manors. I don't know about the rest of the world, but I can tell you Wilton Manors is gay central of Florida, right? Wilton Manors is the gay community of Broward County. I'm going to say that. My dad's business is located in the middle of the gay community, and my dad's business is CBD. If you don't know what CBD is marijuana that doesn't get you high. So he's a weed man. My dad is now a legal weed man, right? Yeah, money talks, and the BS can go elsewhere, right? He's a, but all it's just funny because you speak these things into existence, not even realizing you speak, because he used to beat that. Every time you turn around, he's talking about no gay. Every time you turn around, he's talking about no weed. Here he is selling weed in a gay community. And he's happy as hell. Don't get me wrong. He's happy. My dad is happy that I've ever seen him. Right? And he's not gay. He's not even maybe. You understand? And he don't smoke weed, never did, don't. But it's just funny how we bring things into our life and not realize how we're bringing these things into our lives. You know. So be careful you're saying when you're speaking about your kids and to your kids, because we got to be very careful of our words, because word power is sound. I mean, word sound is power. I said that wrong. Sorry. Word sound is power. You understand? And it alters the universe, whether you want to believe it or not. You don't have to believe it, but look, look at the people around you and look at their speech. Look at their speech patterns. Exactly, Auntie. Exactly. You know, when when people, look at people's speech patterns and look at their lives. People that you've known for a long time. Look at their speech pattern. Look at the way that they speak. You know, do they speak about the things that they want in a positive or a negative way? Do they speak about? Are they always speaking about things that they don't want, or are they always speaking about things that they do want? You know what I mean? Like, my dad wasn't always speaking about, I want to have a CBD store, right? I want to sell weed. in a gay neighborhood. That's not that my dad was never said that. He has never said that. Like never. But he's always said, I don't want the gay around me and I don't want the weed around me. You know what I mean? But the fact of the matter is not. It's that he was saying it, that he kept on repeating it. And like you said, God's laughing because you know your focus. That's where you put your focus. So that's that's what's coming out. You know, I tell Devante all the time. He's my 17-year-old. Tell him all the time. Wherever you put your focus, that's that's what it's good. That's what's gonna come and get. Yeah, he manifested it, Auntie. You know, it's just that's where the focus was. You know, my son used to say a few years for a good while. My 17-year-old, he used to say that he wants to play ball. He wants to play. I mean, and the kid is talented. When I tell you, the kid is talented. The kid is super, super talented. Natural, raw talent, raw natural talent. But not even and the fact that the fact that his focus is not all the way there. You know, you're not going to get you're not going to get 100% because you're not putting in 100%. If you only put in 30%, you're only going to get back 30%. You know, so slowly, he put less interest. So in turn, the coach showed less interest in him. Last year, he didn't even play. It's because of that's his focus. His focus got divided. His focus. He this year 17. What are you gonna do? Last year turned 16. Girlfriends start like my dad used to say, start smelling himself. What are you gonna do? You gotta let them grow up. You know, but I think he's finally realizing that it's because of his focus. His focus got divided. You know, I'm off topic. Sorry, I went off topic, but back to the hand. It really goes back to what we put in. And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong because I don't want anybody out here getting me wrong. What is right? Like what is right? Who knows, right? Who knows what's right from what's not right? I'm I'm just giving my opinion. I'm hoping that you can add something that I can learn because my thing is that I love to learn. So you know, if there's anything that you guys can add. Otherwise, it's been over my 30-minute mark. I really, really want to thanks. I really want to say thanks for everybody that came here. Um, thank you for all everybody that participated. Aunties, I love you guys so much. Um, Everybody that came in, I really appreciate you spending the time. You know, really appreciate every time. Listen, every time that you click onto any one of my videos, know that I'm your number one fan. Just know that. I'm your number one fan. If you're on a video and I'm on that video too, I'm your number one fan. All right. So I really appreciate that. I really appreciate all you guys. Much love, much respect. I'll see you on the next video. Is this something that I'm gonna try to do like every week or so? We're gonna see how it goes. Love you guys. Take care.